Let's say you want to improve your Shopify store with the use of AI. What do? You go into AI and then you type a prompt, you use your website name, and then you use the magic prompt like improve my website or make my website perfect, make no mistakes, things like that. And the thing is that most store owners who ask AI to improve their Shopify store get the same kind of approach. They use improve your product descriptions or add social proof here, make the checkout faster, some kind of, generic prompts that are very short and lack of context. The kind of stuff you could find maybe 2-3 years ago effective, but now it's different. The problem is not use of AI, the problem is the input, and more specifically, the mental model behind how you are asking. So in this video, I want to break down the exact framework I use when I'm working with AI to improve e-commerce websites and increase sales. This is not a specific tool. I'm not going to give you a specific template, copy-paste, but instead I'm going to give you something much more important and valuable. It's a way of thinking that works with any AI model right now. And it will keep working as the models get better and keep changing. So let's get into it. Every website has a goal. If you're a consultant, it's a contact form submission. If you run a blog, it could be email signups to newsletter. But if you have a Shopify store, the goal is completed purchase. That's it. This sounds obvious, but watch what happens when you don't anchor your AI prompt to that goal. You ask, how can I improve my product page? And you get list of 10 things. Better images, longer descriptions, more social proof. Some of those might be valid, yes, but AI has no way to prioritize them because it doesn't know what you're actually optimizing for. So it defaults to optimizing for aesthetics, best practices, not conversion. The first sentence I put in any prompt is this: the primary goal of the website is a completed purchase. Every recommendation you make should be evaluated against that. One sentence. And it changes the quality of everything that follows because now the AI is filtering its suggestions through the right question. Does this move someone closer to buying or not? Does this look better or not? Is this off-brand? Does it convert? This is where performance marketers think differently from everyone else. We're obsessed with the end goal. Every decision connects back to it. That same lens needs to be the first thing you inject into AI conversation about your store. A Shopify store is not one page. It's a sequence. It has a funnel. And if you're going to use AI to improve it, you need to treat all the stages of the funnel same priority and importance. Usually the funnel goes like this. We have the home page, then product category page, the product page, cart, checkout, payment details, and in the end we have purchase confirmation. Each stage has a specific job. Homepage is designed to communicate what you sell, who you sell it to, and push someone towards the products, not to win a Best Website Design Award. And the category page is designed to help the right person find the right product without getting lost or overwhelmed by the options. The product page's job is to close the intent gap. The person is interested. They're not sold. And this page handles the objection, builds the trust, and gets the user to click add to cart. When he arrives to cart, that's where we need to maintain confidence. Someone who already committed to buying a product, your job is simply not give them a reason to second guess. That's all. And checkout is about removing friction. Every field, Every required step, every distraction you add is a potential to drop off. Payment details is the highest risk moment in the entire funnel. The customer is about to hand you money. So trust signals, security cues, and simplicity matter here more than anything else. The confirmation page often kind of gets ignored. It shouldn't. This is where you reinforce the decision to reduce buyer's remorse and plant the seed for the next purchase. You lose someone at any of these stages and the purchase simply won't happen. You could have the best product page in the world, in your industry, I don't know, and still lose 70% of people at the checkout because of a broken, not working coupon field. So when I work with AI on a store, I never say improve my store. I say I'm working on a stage 3 of my conversion funnel, which is the product page. The job of this page is to close the intent gap and get someone to add to cart. Here's what I need you to look at. These specifics completely change what comes back. Now, here where it gets specific. Every page on your Shopify store is a container with 3 distinct layers. The first layer is the code, HTML and CSS. And you don't need a developer to understand it in the details. That's the structure and the visuals that you see on each page. What content is on the page, what order it appears in, the layout, and what it looks like on mobile versus desktop. This is what you see. The second layer is JavaScript. That's the functionality. What happens when someone clicks add to cart? How your image gallery behaves when they swipe through your product photos. Whatever your filters on the collection page actually work. Whatever your sticky checkout bar appears at the right scroll point. This is behavior. It's not visible until someone interacts with the page. And the third layer is the actual user experience. What a real person encounters when they move through the flow. This isn't the code. It's friction, confusion, hesitation, and trust. It's the moment someone tries to select a ring size and the drop-down simply doesn't work, it doesn't respond. It's the moment they see a shipping estimate they didn't expect and they close the website, they leave. When most people ask AI to improve a page, they describe it. My product page has a gallery on the left, description on the right, and add to cart button is below the fold. That's one layer. You're giving AI 1/3 of a picture, or even if you use screenshots, you still don't give it full picture to make a full diagnosis. The best input here is all 3 layers together. You give it the page code, you paste the HTML code or share it, so it understands the actual structure and not the description of it. You give it screenshots and images of the whole page on desktop and mobile, so it sees also visually how it looks like. And you give it functionality context as well. You can share it as a part of the JavaScript code or by walking through what happens at each interaction point. When you combine those 3 inputs, the output is completely different. Instead of make sure your add to cart button is visible on mobile, you get your add to cart button is below the fold on mobile because this CSS block adds 340 pixel of margin bottom to the, going into specifics. And that is actionable, and that is something you can fix right away. This is the part most people aren't doing yet. The most powerful thing you can do is not ask AI to review a page in isolation. It's give an AI browser agent a task and let it walk through your entire funnel the way a real customer would. Tools like Claude have an integration with Chrome, and we have also ChatGPT separate browser, Atlas browser. It allows AI to literally navigate the website. They click on buttons, scroll to pages, attempt checkout, And if they have errors and they encounter errors, they can report back on what they observe. And the key is that they have no prior familiarity with your store. So they're not blind to things the way you are after looking at your own store hundreds and even thousands of times. The instruction I give is simple, something like, you are a customer who found this product through Google Shopping ad. You're interested, but you haven't decided yet. Go through the store from the product page to the checkout page. At every stage, tell me if anything slowed you down, confused you, made you think about leaving. It's a friction map from the perspective of someone with no prior knowledge of your store or your brand. They'll notice that your trust badges are buried below the fold. They will flag that your size chart opens in a new tab or maybe even breaks the flow. And they will catch your checkout doesn't accept the format of, let's say, international phone numbers. Things that have been there for months that nobody properly noticed because everyone is internally knew how the store works. That's irreplaceable. No statistic analysis gives you that. Now, here's a last piece. This is one that separates a prompt that gets recommendations you will actually use from a prompt that gets kind of advice you find in a generic article from 3 years ago. You need to tell the AI who you are, what you sell, who your customer is, and the context of the visit. Because different businesses have completely different friction points. A store selling $2,000 lab-grown item has completely different conversion blockers than a store selling $25 supplements. The jewelry customer is thinking about authenticity, lifetime guarantee, whatever this brand is legitimate, and whatever they can return it if the recipient doesn't love it. The supplement customer is comparing ingredient lists, price per serving, and looking for a discount code. So the funnel structure is the same, but the psychology is completely different. The AI doesn't know which one you are unless you tell it. The context layer I always add at the end of my prompt looks something like this. This is a specific product category store. Average order value is this. Our customers typically find us through specific traffic source. Their biggest hesitation before buying is usually, and here you point the objection, most of our traffic now is coming from specific channel. That last point about traffic source is especially important if you are running paid ads, because someone arriving from Google Shopping ad has already seen your product, your price, and maybe even your brand name before they clicked. So their intent level is completely different from someone who came through, let's say, a cold video ad on Instagram from stories. And the friction point is different as well. The trust gap is different. And the AI optimization needs to take everything into account for where people are in the intent journey, what page they land, not just like what page looks like. So the more specific you are, the more specific the output. And these models are pattern matches. Give them a precise picture and they will match it precisely. If you give them something too broad or vague, they will default to some kind of generic BS advice. To bring the whole framework together, start with the goal. For a Shopify store, this is always a purchase. Make sure AI knows that before anything else. Treat the site as a funnel and not a single page. Go through it stage by stage and tell the AI which stage you're working on and what stage's job is. For each page, give the AI all 3 layers: the code, the visuals, and the functionality context. You can use a browser agent to simulate an actual customer behavior on the website. Let it navigate through your store blind and then report back what it encountered. And wrap everything in the business context that makes the recommendation relevant to you, to your specific store. This framework works with any AI model. The tool here doesn't matter that much, rather the structure of what you give it. If you're running paid ads to your store, this matters even more because every visitor has a cost attached to it. A conversion problem at any stage is a revenue leak. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.